This is CBC Winnipeg News.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. We're learning more tonight about a man charged in a string of arsons across Winnipeg. Jesse Wheatland is currently in custody, charged with setting more than a dozen fires in 2025. Search warrants obtained by CBC show police believed he may have had plans to keep going. When Wheatland was arrested, police allege he had a notebook listing potential future targets, including a minister's office and the CBC. CBC's Caitlin Gowerluck has more.
A fire and its aftermath. One of more than a dozen arsons in the city. One man is charged with them all, and police allege he had plans for more. Jesse Wheatland was arrested in November 2025, charged with breaking windows and setting fires across Winnipeg for months, including at 5 restaurants, clubs, and the constituency offices of Cabinet Ministers Nahanni Fontaine and Bernadette Smith. Police allege Wheatland might not have stopped there. Unsealed search warrant documents say when officers arrested him, they seized a notebook. Inside, police say future potential targets included CBC, one of many unproven allegations police made as they tried to get warrants in the case. Police allege other targets included healthcare workers, the train station, and Health Minister Uzoma Asaguera's constituency office. In a statement, Asaguera wouldn't comment on specific allegations in the documents because the case is still before the courts, but said the incidents are frightening and leaders from underrepresented communities face disproportionate levels of threats, harassment, and intimidation simply for showing up in public life. They said these acts can have a chilling effect. The documents also describe how surveillance footage put Wheatland on police radar. Video of a fire at La Roca restaurant in November allegedly showed a suspect wearing black runners and walking with a limp. Days later, police saw someone matching that description after a fire at the Tipsy Cow restaurant. They say that was Wheatland. They put him under surveillance, then alleged they watched him set another fire soon after. Police say they seized several items that could be used to start fires during searches after Wheatland's arrest, including a Molotov cocktail in a Jose Cuervo bottle. They also allege Wheatland admitted to several of the fires. None of those allegations have been proven in court. Wheatland remains in custody and is scheduled to stand trial next year. Caitlin Gowerluck, CBC News, Winnipeg.
8 people are in hospital after an early morning fire at a West Broadway apartment. Emergency crews were called to the 3-story Manitoba housing building on Furby just after 3 this morning. They arrived to heavy smoke. Some people had to be helped out of the building. 8 people were taken to hospital, 1 in unstable condition. Well, it could be months before the hospital in Dauphin will be fully up and running again. Critical infrastructure was damaged by floodwaters on Canada Day. Patients had to be evacuated, and it's left tens of thousands of people in the region without their medical hub. CBC's Ian Fraze breaks down what we know so far.
The dark hallways of a hospital without power, fans drying away evidence of the nearly 2.5 meters of water that poured into the basement. It forced the evacuation last week of dozens of patients. Parts of Dawson's hospital could be closed for months.
If we have heart attacks, if somebody has a stroke where they need immediate attention, it's terrifying.
Susan Teely has been a patient there. The hospital is the largest medical center for tens of thousands of people.
They're sent people to other hospitals, but they're all at capacity and struggling. So this is a huge, huge issue.
Healthcare staff scrambled to open an assessment clinic, but it doesn't replace the hospital.
That ER that was a half an hour away could be now an hour and a half away for some of the clients in our area.
This pharmacist working near the hospital is stepping up.
We have a walk-in located in the pharmacy here, so we're giving them the hours. Medical advice to the extent we can give medical advice.
Health officials say they've added beds and extended hours at small hospitals in St. Rose and Grandview, and they're exploring other ideas.
If there's any capacity to externally energize the building.
Manitoba's top federal minister says the province wants a field hospital. Nothing's confirmed.
I think anything is possible. I know that the health minister for the province was in discussions with the federal minister.
A local radiologist says Dauphin needs to restore services like diagnostics quickly.
We need to look outside the box or outside the building, literally, to how we're going to bring back care here.
She fears some specialists who cannot work in Dauphin during the closure will leave for good. Ian Fraze, CBC News, Winnipeg.
In Brandon, the Assiniboine River is expected to crest on Monday with an additional 2.5 meters of water. People who live in low-lying areas are told to be prepared and find alternative places to stay. Pam Reimer lives in one of the 4 flood zones the city has identified as being at risk of evacuation. She's dealt with floods before, but says this is the first time she's been told to be ready to leave on a moment's notice. She's concerned about getting herself and her neighbors out in time.
But everybody has to go north in order to get out. And I think that's going to be the trick, because you get all these people wanting to get out, and we only can go north where the water's coming from. That's what I believe.
A reception center will be set up at Brandon's Keystone Center if needed for the roughly 5,000 residents. A mobile insurance team is heading to the Westman region to help people with vehicle claims. Manitoba Public Insurance says it's had more than 2,000 claims connected to Sunday's severe weather in the southwest part of the province. MPI will be deploying its dedicated hail trailer and increasing mobile estimating services in Boissevain and Killarney starting Monday. They're expected to stay in the region for at least the next month. It's been a busy few weeks for MPI. The insurer says it's now received more than 30,000 claims related to last month's severe weather and another 200 related to damage in the parklands. Well, from flooding to fires, it's been a difficult summer so far. There's currently more than 50 active local states of emergency in Manitoba communities. Some of the latest destruction was in Whiteshell Park, where campers and cottagers dealt with a severe windstorm. Matt Humphrey has more.
The cleanup continues in Whiteshell Provincial Park. Wicked wind whipped through on Monday, tearing up trees and damaging the Caddy Lake campground.
And then we had our neighbor's tree come down, landed on his boat, but saved the trailer, thankfully.
Priscilla Downey calls it terrifying.
It was fast and furious storm. It came through very quick. And with the amount of trees that went down and the size of the trees that went down, there were some very lucky people down below.
Downey is grateful no trees smashed her campsite, as is Sharon Menague, who had never seen a storm like that in 17 years of camping at the lake.
Oh, just a mess. It was awful, and it still is. There's still a lot of cleanup to do.
She had just moved her car a few minutes before a tree came down where it had been parked.
So my car would have been here. It would have been totally damaged.
Because of this right here.
Because of that.
Caddy Lake is just the latest area to be walloped by weather. Across Manitoba, 45 municipalities and 6 First Nations have declared states of emergency. Many are because of severe flooding, washing out roads and destroying infrastructure. Roblin area farmer Guy Hammond says he's never seen damage to this scale.
You just can't believe it. I think it's something that you just couldn't imagine it even happening. But yeah, I mean, it's sad to see, but it's just fascinating as well. I guess as bad as it is just fascinating to see the power of water.
Roblin officials say there are dozens of road closures and hundreds of thousands of dollars need to be spent on repairs. But through it all, friendly Manitobans are helping each other.
It's kind of brought us all closer together. You know, the Caddy Lake campground, there are a lot of regulars here that come every year, and we've been lucky enough to join that group and make a lot of friends here.
Manitoba Park says as far as it knows, no one was injured in the storm in the Whiteshell, but it did cause a lot of property damage. Matt Humphrey, CBC News, Caddy Lake.
All right, Riley and
All right, let's have a look at your forecast. We are looking at severe weather once again pushing through parts of the province as we advance through the afternoon hours. We did have a tornado warning in place around the Cartwright area through the later part of the afternoon because of this cell here, which actually brought hen egg-sized hail to the Killarney region, as well as more than 50 millimeters of rain into Cartwright. This is all part of a line of storms that extends really from Hecla, Arborg, southwest, right into south central parts of the province. None of this as it advances toward Winnipeg and into the Red River Valley, meeting severe weather threshold for a warning to be issued, but certainly expect some rain and some thunderstorms as we head through the early evening. A tornado watch remaining in place from Grand Rapids through Winnipegosis, Dauphin, down through Brandon, the Interlake, parts of it at least, under a severe thunderstorm watch, and Brittany, air quality warnings remaining in place with fluctuating air quality in parts of the north. I'll break this all down for you when I come back in just a bit.
Thanks, Riley.
You're welcome.
Voters in East St. Paul head to the polls this fall, but who's running? Well, that's not so easy to find out. We'll explain after the break. A Winnipeg area municipality is not disclosing its election candidates until weeks before the vote, and the provincial government isn't thrilled about it. CBC's Bartley Kivas reports.
Come on, this way, come. Brian Watchko says he's running for council in the arm of East St. Paul. I have to take his word for it, because unlike Winnipeg and most other Manitoba municipalities, East St. Paul doesn't publish the names of registered candidates for the October election until the close of nominations in late September. CAO Suzanne Ward said there's nothing compelling the RM to post the names sooner. In a statement, she said, once nomination papers have been received, accepted by the senior election official, and signed off, they become available for public review in accordance with the legislation. Watchko says this is bad for public safety.
If somebody comes to my door and saying that they're a potential candidate, I should have the ability to contact the elections office and say, is this person legitimate? They're asking for my signature, they're asking for personal information, they may be asking for a donation. There should be some kind of verification process.
Watchko's friend Craig Hodkinson also says the secrecy is bad for democracy.
You could think that everything is going to be contested and then find out somebody gets in by acclamation and there'd be no way for you to know one way or another.
East St. Paul CAO says candidate names are available if you go to the RM office in person. When CBC News tried this Wednesday, we were told to call an election official who said she'd get back to us on Friday. The provincial government encouraged East St. Paul to make candidate names available as soon as they register. In a statement, Municipal Relations Minister Glenn Simard said, our advice has consistently been that providing this information early is a best practice that supports openness, fairness, and public trust. No one on East St. Paul Council would comment on their candidate disclosure policy, but one of them, Ward 2 Councillor Orest Orechko, said he's running for mayor. Bartley Kivas, CBC News, Winnipeg.
First Nation leaders are declaring a public health emergency in the Island Lake region. Red Sucker Lake, Wasagamah, Garden Hill and St. Teresa Point say a confluence of crises need to be urgently addressed. The CBC's Matt Humphrey has more.
This is one of our clinic spaces and our treatment rooms that we'll see patients in.
Kirsty Muller is tackling health issues and a toxic drug supply in the Enchinanu Nations.
If they are able to travel to Winnipeg, we can see people in our clinic here. And then we also go to Garden Hill and continue to go to Red Sucker Lake as well.
Island Lake members can get harm reduction services at this clinic near Winnipeg's airport or closer to home. But Muller says with sustained funding, she could grow her team beyond only 3 people.
We have our own model and policy and procedure for stock medications, supportive medications that we bring with us and get sent to communities.
Muller joined Enchinanu leadership Thursday as they declared a regional public health emergency.
And it sits at the intersection of a toxic drug supply, problematic substance use, HIV, hepatitis C, homelessness, and the breakdown of community safety.
Around 17,000 people live in the Island Lake region. Leadership there says in the past 9 years, there have been 93 diagnoses of HIV, and toxic drug use has become widespread.
With the incidence of opioid in our communities, we're seeing a lot of increase in violence.
Grand Chief Alex McDougall says the emergency declaration is meant to move the response from crisis management to prevention.
We tend to react when it's too late, when we've had a personal experience where we've lost loved ones.
Assembly of Manitoba Chiefs Grand Chief Kyra Wilson says problems exacerbated by COVID isolation have only grown.
If you look at the statistics and the numbers of, what we're dealing with today, it's actually gotten worse.
All leaders are urging the federal and provincial governments to act now. The province says over the past year, it's helped more than 1,200 treatment spaces open, and discussions with Enchinanu leadership are ongoing. Matt Humphrey, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Okay, Riley is in now, as I was saying before. Oh, well, I like talking to you. Yeah. It's okay.
Sometimes these things happen.
You were standing in front of the weather map, though, in that first hit that you did, showing that there was so much severe weather that's happening around the province. We're really not out of the woods. Yep. And I know you've been saying this coming weekend, too, we're going to be seeing that hot, humid weather, which really just brings everything
Yes.
together once again.
Exactly. So we'll get right into it because we are still in the midst of some of this thunderstorm activity pushing through the province. I mentioned the tornado warning that was in place earlier in the afternoon for the Cartwright region and to the Killarney Turtle Mountain municipality. That has now ended and thunderstorms have moved out of the region, but there's still a pretty broad area of shower and thunderstorm activity pushing through the Interlake and now down into the Red River Valley. None of this, like I was saying earlier, meeting the threshold for a severe thunderstorm, but the potential when you do see heavier rain like this moving through of some hail, some gusty winds in there as well. So just keep that in mind as we head into the early evening tonight. This all starts to wrap up as we get into the evening and the overnight hours west to east, and you can kind of see the frontal boundary or the thunderstorms out ahead of the frontal boundary that will signal a change in our weather as we press through the overnight hours. So still a chance of a few showers, maybe some isolated thunder showers into the evening tonight. That chance decreases as we get through the overnight hours, but still can't rule out a couple of showers first thing in the morning, particularly into the Red River Valley and into southeastern parts of the province. Then in behind that, the door really opens for some heat and humidity to build really right across the province, starting Friday in southwestern Manitoba and spreading further east and north as we get Saturday into Sunday. And then there is a bit of play as we get through the day on Saturday here, which I'll show you in just a moment here. As we advance through Saturday, hot, humid conditions could bring us the chance, and some of the model guidance is starting to align on this, of some severe weather later Saturday into the evening hours overnight into Sunday. So we'll be watching for this as we get through the weekend. The ingredients will be in place, certainly with the heat and the very moist conditions that we'll be seeing as we head through the weekend here. So just keep that in mind, that we could be in for another round of active weather as we head through the weekend. So looking at your forecast for Friday, temperatures start to warm up. 28s, 29s across southern Manitoba, 30 in Sprague, Fort Francis, 26s, 27s through the Pas, Ocean into Swan River, and likely seeing some showers through Thompson into Gillam. The residual moisture from some of the thunderstorm activity that we saw today. All right, I was talking about Winnipeg Folk Fest starting this weekend. Well, how about the forecast for the Manitoba Indigenous Summer Games happening in Norway House? And you know what? Friday, Saturday, fairly comfortable. Maybe a few showers into the day on Saturday at 27 degrees. And Brittany, that heat and humidity is starting to push into northern Manitoba into Sunday at 31, feeling closer to 35 or 36 by the time we get to the end of the weekend.
Stay hydrated and find some shade. Thanks, Riley.
You're welcome.
Rising water levels are preventing Winnipeg's water buses from running, leaving the business at the mercy of the Assiniboine. The water bus connects 7 docks in the city's central neighborhoods, including stops like this one at the legislature. But many of them are at least partially submerged, leaving the docks out of service. It's not a new problem, but Winnipeg Waterways co-owner says floating docks like the ones at the Forks is really the only way to avoid the impact.
We've taken the first step by investing in the high water dock here at the Forks, which is our home. There are some solutions that we're hoping to work with the city to keep the water bus running in high water times, but I'm not sure when that might happen.
Their team is keeping a close eye on those water levels, but say docks would still need to be cleaned up before they can launch. For now, their water tours remain open. Day 1 of Folk Fest is officially underway. Folkies have taken over Birds Hill Park for what is also expected to be a scorching weekend. Riley is back with a check on the weekend forecast next. Stay with us.
All right, let's have a look at your dog walking forecast as we head into Friday and things as we start through the day tomorrow, lasting into the weekend, the oppressive heat and humidity starting to build. So, I mean, tomorrow's still nice, although we'll start to see that humidity building as we get through the afternoon. Nikki, though, ready with the raincoat just in case it rains. You might need that this evening. Thank you, Lorna, for sending this picture in. Please keep sending yours to talkback@cbc.ca. So 29 degrees into the afternoon tomorrow. With the humidity, though, feeling closer to probably 34 or 35 by the time we get into the afternoon. And then the heat really cranks up as we head into the weekend, up to 35 by Sunday, 33 into Monday, feeling closer to 40 to 45 through the weekend. And we do get a bit of moderation by the time we get to the middle of the week. Norway House Cree Nation is hosting some of Manitoba's best and brightest young athletes this week.
The first half of the Manitoba Indigenous Summer Games began in the northern community Wednesday, and CBC's Eric Westhaver was there.
Let the games begin. The Manitoba Indigenous Summer Games are underway, and Norway House Cree Nation is the hub of it all. The locals have welcomed hundreds of Manitoba's best young Indigenous athletes. Organizer Sonny Albert says it's the first time in 15 years these games have been held.
You know, we owe it to ourselves for these kids to participate, and quite frankly, they deserve it.
Sports like volleyball and softball will be joined by local specialties, like racing Norway House's famous York boats, and a 10,000-meter race in honor of local Olympian Joe Keeper. Opaskwayak Cree Nation athlete Gracelyn Melnick is proud to compete for her nation.
I'm very proud to represent the nation, and our chief came and did us a prayer and wished us luck before we left, and it's really good to be picked out of the community to come represent.
Coaches are ready to watch the kids make them proud.
It's pretty amazing because, you know, First Nations, we don't get that spotlight, you know, and all these youth, like, to get the opportunity, and they deserve it, and they very much so deserve it.
At the opening ceremonies, leaders spoke about their desire for the kids to not just have fun, but to learn from each other, to make friends, to make memories. These games only last for 4 days, but the hope is that the memories will last forever. Eric Westhaver, CBC News, Norway House Cree Nation.
Very cool.
Yeah. And you know, the weather should be, as I was showing earlier, pretty decent. Could be a bit hazy at times, maybe some showers on Saturday, and then really hot and humid as we get into Sunday.
Well,
so
good luck to all of the athletes.
Great weather for some outdoor events.
Exactly. Stay hydrated, though.
Exactly.
We will see you back here tomorrow night. Have a great night. Expecting that boat to be as wide as it was, though.